Hi, I'm Danny Knightmare.
I'm Gory Movie.
And we're horror addicts.
And today we're going to be sharing our picks for who we would like to see play the Losers Club as adults in It Chapter 2. So our picks are based on two things. One, the appearance of the Losers Club in It Chapter 1. And two, we want to pick actors that we think will be able to portray these characters accurately.
Well, girls first, Beverly.
I pick Amy Adams. She looks a lot like the child actor in Chapter 1, and I feel like she'd really be able to pull off this character.
She's a strong actress, I would agree with you on that. Amy Adams as it is.
Alright, how about Ben Hanscom? Now, one of the things to keep in mind about Ben is between It Chapter 1 and 2, Ben loses all the way, and he's supposed to be kind of a hottie and a big shot architect in It Chapter 2.
Now originally, especially Ben from the miniseries, I was thinking Chris Pratt all the way. Now I've seen the modern It, I'm not sure that kid will turn into Chris Pratt. So I'm not quite sure. Who do you have?
I was trying to think of somebody who I thought could play this sweet, quiet character Ben, but who was also rockin' hot. So I picked Channing Tatum.
That's not a bad pick. I still kind of have a hard time seeing that kid be him, but I don't know, I guess there's supposed to be a drastic change.
I also don't think Chris Pratt would be a bad choice.
I don't either.
We haven't seen him in that many roles beyond Guardians of the Galaxy and Parks and Rec, so his range could surprise us.
That's true. But you know what? Fuck it. Jack Black's just gonna lose 10 pounds. It's gonna be him.
No.
Next. So, Mike Hanlon.
My pick might surprise you, but I'm gonna say Jordan Peele. Yes, we know he's a comedic actor from Key and Peele, but after seeing him in interviews speaking about Get Out, we got to see this darker side of him, and I really feel like he has what it takes to pull off this character.
Yeah, he knows and appreciates horror, like you just said, so I say go with Peele.
And the other thing to keep in mind about Mike is kind of a nerd. We didn't see that so much in Chapter 1. He's very interested in history. He becomes the town historian, and he ends up working at the library. And I think Jordan Peele could really pull off that intelligent, kind of nerdy, and introverted character. So what about Bill Denbrough?
Oh, Bill Denbrough. They can't do any worse than the miniseries did.
He wasn't that bad.
Horrible. That ponytail. Bill's supposed to be bald.
He's not bald. He's balding in the book.
Bald is beautiful. It's cue ball. But not some weird ponytail dude.
Now, when I was reading the book, I always had kind of a Jake Gyllenhaal type character in my head. After seeing the movie, though, I really feel that the kid who plays Bill looks a lot like Daniel Radcliffe. Now, I know Daniel Radcliffe is a bit younger, but I think he could pull this off. He's a very mature actor, and I think he could play older if need be.
Yeah, it's not too hard to make someone look a little older in movies, but I'm still gonna go with Jake Gyllenhaal on that.
Both of them would be fantastic. They're very talented actors with a lot of range, and I think they'd be able to pull off this strong leader character that Bill is.
I heard somewhere that somebody picked Jake Gyllenhaal to be Eddie, though.
It's in the video we watched where the kids cast each other in It Chapter 2, which had some very similar picks.
Yeah, and he could be Eddie, but who do we have for Eddie?
My pick is a little strange. It's Thomas Ian Nicholas. He was in a lot of movies back when we were kids in the 90s. He also was in American Pie. He'd be about the right age for It Chapter 2, and I think he looks a lot like the kid who played Eddie in Chapter 1. Eddie's also a little preppy, and I think Thomas Ian Nicholas can pull off that look, and he's really funny, and we know that Thomas Ian Nicholas can pull off comedy.
Yeah, honestly, going back to his Rookie of the Year movie, I kind of see him. They're very similar children, so yeah, I could see that. Seth Green was Richie in the miniseries as a child, and I kind of wanted to see him come back as adult Richie, but now that I've seen the kids, I kind of want Seth Green to be an adult Eddie. But I like your pick as well.
Why not? Both of them are great. So what about Stan Uris?
Well, I mean, he's only got to be there for one cut, right?
Well, spoiler alert, adult Stan kills himself at the beginning of Chapter 2, so my pick is largely based on somebody who I think looks like the child actor from Chapter 1. So I'm picking Thomas Middleditch.
From the Final Girls.
Yes, he's a great actor. I haven't seen him in a lot of serious roles, but I feel like he can pull this off. It's a fairly small part, and he looks so much like that child actor.
Well, I'm gonna go with your same pick. You know, if it's not him, then maybe Tom Green or Rip Torn or somebody. It doesn't matter. They just gotta get in the bathtub. Danny DeVito could do it.
No. You go back and you re-say that. That was wrong. You said wrong things. That is all wrong. Not Tom Green. Tom Green, you stay buried under the rock that you're buried under and don't come back.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
I don't even know what that means. Why? Because I don't watch Tom Green movies.
Actually, what Alien Covenant told me is that he doesn't even really have to be in the movie much for you to like him. James Franco. Perfect.
And another thing to keep in mind is that Stan is a Jewish character, so it might be good to cast a Jewish actor like Jay Baruchel. He was in This Is the End, and I feel like he'd be really good at pulling off this character, even in such a small role. Now what about Richie Tozer? Now here's the thing about Richie. Richie is the loud mouth. He's the funny guy in the group. So I think it would be great to cast a comedic actor in this role. Somebody who's very good at voices, like Richie. When Richie grows up, he does a lot of voice impressions on a radio show, so maybe in part 2 he should have a podcast or a TV show, and I think Seth MacFarlane would do this character perfectly.
Yeah, I agree, because he already has a hit show that we already know him for all of his voices, so this would not be a big leap for him at all. However, Seth MacFarlane is very rarely starring in any movies that aren't his own, so it might be kind of hard to get him in this. So I'm gonna go with Jake Johnson from New Girl and Jurassic World.
He also recently starred in The Mummy with Tom Cruise, so we know he's game for a horror movie, if you could call that a horror movie. And this goes without saying, but Bill Skarsgård better be back for part 2 as Pennywise. He did a fantastic job in chapter 1, and we cannot wait to see him again. Also, having Pennywise and particularly Bill Skarsgård back will tie these two movies together perfectly.
So what are your guys' picks? Let us know down in the comments. Tell us who you'd like to see play these kids.
And until next time,
Thanks for watching. Cut! Stop looking at cute kids on your phone. Creeper.
What are you doing, weirdo?
You're making faces, so when you edit this, you'll see them.
Oh, I'm editing it, huh?
Yeah.